You're in Braves country.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes?
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub call. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And
the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Minn. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
you're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallant.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Happy Easter, Braves Country. Leading off and playing second base for the Minnesota Twins, it's Edward Julian. He has 1 home run, 6 RBI, batting .236. Batting second, playing center, Byron Buxton. 3 home runs, 9 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .233. Batting third, playing first, Ty France. 2 home runs, 10 RBI, batting .243. Larnach is in right field and batting cleanup. 1 home run, 5 RBI, batting .191 with 1 stolen base. Batting fifth, playing short, Carlos Correa. 1 home run, 5 RBI, batting .191. Jeffers is behind home plate and batting sixth. He has 5 RBI, batting .234. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Keyshaw. The youngster is 3 for 9 on the year with 2 RBI and a stolen base. Brooks Lee is batting eighth and playing third. 1 home run, 2 RBI, batting .133. Harrison Bader is batting ninth and in left field. He has 3 home runs, 12 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .259. On the mound for the Minnesota Twins, Joe Ryan. He's 1-1 with a 2.45 ERA and a shiny 0.77 whip. 22 innings pitched this year. He has 23 strikeouts versus 15 hits, 2 walks, and 2 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Grant Holmes. Kenny Powers is 1-1 with a 3.78 ERA. A 1.14 whip, 16 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 9 hits, 10 walks, 2 home runs versus 15 strikeouts. Backing up, Holmes in the bottom of the first inning and leading off, playing left field, it's Alex Verdugo. Doogie is 4 for 10 on the year with 1 RBI. Batting second, playing third, Austin Riley. 5 home runs, 12 RBI, batting .265. Batting third, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 3 home runs, 8 RBI, batting .304. Matt Olson batting cleanup and playing first. 2 home runs, 11 RBI, batting .229. Batting fifth and playing second, Ozzie Albies. 4 home runs, 11 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .244. Michael Harris II will be patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves and batting sixth. He has 3 home runs, 9 RBI, batting .200. Drake Baldwin is behind home plate and batting seventh. Smurf with the day off. 1 home run, 4 RBI, batting .237. Nick Allen is batting eighth and playing short. He has 1 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .286. Batting ninth, playing right, it's Kid Kelnick. 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. He's batting .170 on the year. Calling balls in strikes behind home plate, it's Charlie Ramos. Your first base umpire, Alfonso Marquez. Second base will be manned by Lance Barrett, and down the third base line, it's Carlos Torres. Game time temperature here at Truist Park for first pitch will be about 80 degrees with the wind blowing in at about 6 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 120 on the money line, Minnesota plus 100. The over-under is 7.5. We'd like to wish a happy Easter to everybody out there in Braves country as the Braves are on the doorsteps of their first possible sweep of the year. Our pick to click, 8 of the 9 guys in the lineup have seen Ryan before, but only at a small sample size. 7 of the 8 have just 2 at-bats versus Joe Ryan. The outlier being Verdugo, who is 3 for 10 lifetime with a home run and an RBI. Drake Baldwin, the rookie, has never faced Ryan for obvious reasons. With fairly good numbers, we're going to go with Matt Olson. He's due. He's 0 for 2 lifetime versus Ryan, but he's been swinging the bat well, and he tends to rake on Sunday home day games. We'll go with your Atlanta Braves to win this one 5-3 in another knuckle buster. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, Braves country. Happy Easter. Braves are going for what could be a sweep. Wouldn't that be something the way this season's been going? All right, real quick, let's go ahead and do this because I got some clips I want to play for y'all that y'all want to hear before the game begins. Good afternoon. Happy Easter to John. I see Denise. I see 904, Timmy, Gary the Real McCoy, James Hagan, Robert, Justin Green, Russell, Floyd the Barber Donnelly, Charlie Elrod, Oswaldo Perez, and Porco Rosso. I'm assuming we'll have more people pour in here. I know it's Sunday, and B, it's Easter Sunday, so I'm sure a lot of folks will probably have earbuds in as they're hanging out doing different festivities. So we'll keep you up to date as the game goes on. That's what we do here. Atlanta Braves are going to be wearing their home whites. The Minnesota Twins are their road grays from Minnesota across the chest. A little bit of navy pinstripes down the side. Blue ball caps. Their logo on the top of the bill. Braves will be wearing their home whites with the red gray, with the red Braves across the chest, tomahawk underneath, numerals in red on the back, and names in navy. We'll have our classic blue ball caps with the red cap and the A representing the city of Atlanta. All right, we're going to be right back. Going to cut this short because I want to play those clips for y'all. We'll be back in a second. You're going to hear from Verdugo and you're going to hear from Snitty. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
All right, Braves Country, we're going to go ahead and play these clips real quick. The first clip that we have is Verdugo. There it is. Sorry, Honest Engine, I was stalling because the thing hadn't downloaded yet. Here we go. This is a Verdugo after the game last night.
Yeah, man, it felt great. Obviously, I feel like for me, just stayed inside my approach, wasn't trying to do too much, and just put good swings out there. And, obviously the results came well today.
I know you're a professional hitter, but you missed spring training. When do you know you're ready to come up here and swing?
Yeah, I mean, it's just controlling the at-bats, right? Down there in the minors was just trying to get my legs under me, feel it's kind of like the day-to-day turnarounds, right? So not feeling too sore for the next day and, just kind of controlling my at-bats. And I felt like, I don't know what I spent down there, probably 12 days or something like that. So I felt I was ready to kind of come up here and, just give out what I had.
You want to give a shout-out to the bullpen or Michael Harris?
Yeah, bro, shout out to everybody. I mean, obviously it's a team win right here. Bullpen came in clutch. Obviously picking up Sale, which I still think did a really good job, just kind of got his pitch count up and, key hits, just working at bats, man. That's the biggest thing, keeping the line moving.
Looks like you like being on this team. I know this team loves you. These fans are excited. Braves looking more like themselves now. Really thankful for the addition of this guy, Alex Verdugo.
All right, so that was Verdugo, and now here's Brian Sturger. Listen to this. Listen to the part where they're talking to him about, remember Jared Kelenic kind of Cadillacing at first? Just pay attention to it, because I got something to say about this, and this is why I have such an issue with Snicker at the helm. It's things like this.
Just pro at bats, good at bats, which he's done already. Had a lot. It's kind of why we're excited about getting him here.
How important is that, just to have that guy that can just
No, it's huge. As we saw, it's huge. You know, when guys are on base a lot and they'll take a walk and, you know, he'll get into a count and not panic. I think it's huge. You know, when he's on base a lot, you know what? That's a run waiting to score. So I think it's good. And I think it's good for other guys to watch that, to see that, you know, that the no panic and, you know, kind of seeing pitches. It's really good.
Talked about the chemistry with Michael Harris. You saw some of that on the bench, then Harris crushed one tonight.
Yeah. No, it's good. You know, again, in that at bat, he got 2-0, I think. You know, and his at bats have been better, which is really good. That's, you know, because we know what that kid's capable of too. And as he's learning, going through the process and learning, and you know, hopefully, you know, I think it's actually, like I said earlier, it's kind of good for him to watch Verdugo and his approach and how he handles the at bats, and I think it'll be good for him.
First time you guys went back-to-back games, Chris Sale was talking about the momentum. How do you feel like this helps with the team's momentum moving
Yes,
forward?
I've been wondering if we ever would, honestly. That feels good. I said that's a streak, I think, maybe, however small, but it's a good thing, you know. I mean, it's great because we've been working really hard and all to try and get to that point, and hopefully we can, you know, take it another step tomorrow. But you know, it's as you're kind of trying to get your footing and get your, you know, we'll take all those little positives that we can.
Did you say anything to Jared after he watched that ball off the bat and hit off the wall?
Did I say anything to him? Said, way to swing the bat, or was I supposed to, or? Okay.
How about Montero there? Just for him to come through and that.
That was great. Yeah, that was big, you know. Really good. And it's just, you know, he kind of were in a position where we were in the bullpen. I'd like to have just kind of, we were, you know, have some guys we wanted to stay away from. So we kind of, because his pitches were so low, because they expend a lot of energy in that situation. That was huge, obviously, in the game, what he did. And, you know, probably drawing on the experience, the late innings that he's had in his career. And it was really good, too. So, yeah, that's probably the thing that helped us win the game the most.
Sale obviously wasn't happy with the results. Did you see some progress?
Well, I see that, you know, the stuff, and it's just, I don't know if it's location, and I don't know. You know what, he probably have a better, you know, because he's going to stand up for what's going on, and he's not looking for excuses, and I think it's just about him getting on a run, too. You know, we're fortunate he's having a couple of off outings, but we've won the games. And he's kept games manageable and not pitching to his standards and what he wants. But you know what? I expect that to turn. I expect it to turn today. And you know what? He left with 2 runs, I think. You know, so we'll just. Yeah, I got a lot of faith in him rebounding, and he knows himself and the competitor that he is. And I think I said earlier, as long as he's healthy, the stuff's been really good. Location, I guess, probably hadn't been great, but he'll figure it out.
How about the bullpen last couple nights?
I'm sorry?
The bullpen last couple nights.
Yeah, great. They did unbelievable last night and tonight. I mean, it was, you know, Pierce came in, limited damage. You know, he kept the game manageable, and Dicebell and Dillon, you know, Dillon won the battle. I mean, with Vasquez. I mean, that was a long at bat, and so yeah, those guys did a great job again.
All right, y'all, that was it. That's what I wanted y'all to hear, and if you were listening, you know what I'm talking about. He didn't know. He literally did not know that Jared Kelenic had Cadillac'd it down the line in a key part of the game. And look, I'm not expecting him to see everything, but what the hell? No one in the dugout brought it up to him? Someone had to have seen it, but no one brought it up to him? Or were they concerned with trying to make sure that he got his sleep so he's ready for the 8th inning? I mean that to me is inexcusable, to not know what he's talking about when we saw it. I pointed out it instantly. If I can see it from hundreds of miles away, why the hell can't he see it? Anyways, Grant Holmes, number 66 on his back, is firing up his last pitches. And John said it perfectly. We've talked about it a million times, but the media for the Atlanta Braves is the nicest thing you can say is soft. I mean, they are, and it's funny because they'll get snarky and ugly with people on X, on social media, and act like they're tough, but they don't. But they never have a backbone anywhere else. We are just about set for pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Here's the first pitch on the way from Grant Holmes, swung on and foul back out of play. It's 0-1. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in Braves country. Righty lefty matcher, Edward Julian. Standing at the plate. He got the day off yesterday with Sale on the mound. The 0-1, curveball at the knees. It's 1-1. What you'll see is a 5-pitch mix from Grant Holmes today. A 4-seam, a curve, a slider, and a change. He brings that 4-seam in at about 41% of the time and the curve at 26. The 1-1 curveball, about the same spot, maybe a touch low, but we got the call this time. It's 1-2. His slider comes in at 23%, so what you're really talking about is the 4-seam slider and curve. The cutter and change is the 1-2 pitch. Swing! Rattles it foul. We'll do it again. The changeup and the curve come in at 3% and 7% respectively, so that it's really just to keep you off balance. The 1-2 drops the curveball in there. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Nobody on, nobody out, just getting going here. Top of the first inning on Easter Sunday. The pitch just below the knees. Full count. The payoff pitch from Holmes. He comes set and brings it. Caught! Looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 95 right down the track. One away. Good pitch by Holmes. We ran out of time because of the clips I was playing for you. Don't worry. It's coming. We'll wait till the end of this at bat. First pitch on the way is a check swing. Did he go around? He did. Alfonso Marquez, the first base umpire, rings up Buxton. He's 0 for 1. Buxton had a great night last night, so you got to be careful here. Righty-righty matchup. Sun's peeking out of the clouds here at Truist Park. Relatively good day for baseball. Not too humid. Should be in the 80s. The 0-1. Right there at the knees. We're getting that low call. If he keeps giving it to you, you keep taking it. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Holmes comes set and brings it. Slider misses down and away. 2-2. Good to see everybody in the chat on an Easter Sunday. The 1-2. Caught! Looking strike 3. Smoke him if you got him. He got him on a 420.
I play real sports. I'm trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers. I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
His over-under today, by the way, if you're wondering, was 4.5 strikeouts out in the desert. First pitch on the way is a 95-mile-an-hour four-seamer. It's 1-0. Ty France, the batter. Not many of the guys have seen Holmes before. France has seen him 3 times. He's 2 for 3 lifetime. So we keep an eye on that. The 1-0. Down and away. Ball 2, 2-0. coming in at 94 miles an hour. That pitch broke away from the plate, so it must have had some spin on it that he didn't intend. The 2-0 drops a slider inside. Ball 3-0. Holmes in danger of walking his first batter. Keep you up to date, everything going on around the league as the game goes on. The 3-0, right there, P at the knees. 95 smacking the black. It's 3-1. Three-1 count. Holmes quickly back to work. The pitch, swing, rifles it foul. 3-2. So after falling behind 3-0, he's got a full count rocking. Braves left to right in the outfield today will be Verdugo, the Hawk, and Kelnick. In the infield around the horn, it's Riley, Allen, Ozzie, and Olsen. Drake is behind home plate. The 3-2 pitch swung on, chopped over to first. Olsen's got it. Holmes will step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I play real sports. I'm trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Mr. President, this next executive order will criminalize skinny jeans for all youth pastors everywhere in the universe. It says, quote, skinny jeans are not hip or fire or even rad, and they just simply look dumb.
White people can't say this, so they'll be considered racist by blacks. So I said for you, Super Bowl halftime show, trash.
She left you? Yeah. Where'd she go? I don't know. She probably went to the dollar store. She'll be back. Sometimes my old lady goes to the dollar store, and she comes back. Now, she didn't go to the dollar store. See, she left. Why don't you go with her? I don't know where she went. Why'd she leave? She said I was boring. Yeah. You ain't boring. She was wrong about that. I think she'll see it. She'll see it. You ain't boring. You fun. I don't think I'm boring either. I appreciate that.
It was 1977 when 21-year-old Eddie Murray was named Rookie of the Year.
The fact that he was a switch hitter really had to strike fear into the heart of the opposition.
Change up and it's gone! Call it goodbye!
In his 21-year career with 5 different franchises, Murray hit more than 20 home runs 16 times. He's also one of just 4 men to have over 3,000 hits.
And there it is! Eddie Murray!
And 500 home runs.
Might be it. Wait, heck, it is! It's gone!
This unassuming 8-time All-Star became a first-ballot Hall of Famer in 2003. And while his numbers often fly under the radar, they add up to the 7th best first baseman to play the game.
Fellas, come here. We got to make this quick. I can't prove this, but I do think that when our wives tell us that we don't listen, sometimes they forget to be telling us stuff.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is 93 on the black. Tossed by Joe Ryan, today's starter for the Minnesota Twins. It's 0-1. Alex Verdugo at the plate. Doogie batting .400, 4 for 10 since he's come up. The 0-1. Swing! That ball's belted. High, but not very deep. Coming over, making the running catch is Larnach. In fairly shallow right field, 1 away. 1 down. Now Verdugo has, I've told you before, he's not a home run hitter, but he has taken Joe Ryan yard. He's 3 for 10 lifetime, now 3 for 11. So keep an eye on that. First pitch on the way to Riley is right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Riley scuffling a little bit after being red hot just a few days ago. The 0-1 swung on, chops it down the third base line. The 0-2 kicks and fires. 95 up top. Did not get the call. All right. So a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way, swung on, chopped foul. The bender, the sweeper on the outer edge. Do it again. Good to see Gary in here, and Tim, Russell. I know we did Edward Spry. There we go. The 1-2. Fastball. Man, he is not getting the call up top, and Ryan just took off his hat and scratching his head. And I'll be honest with you, and we are obviously very prejudicial when it comes to the Braves here, the Braves Country Radio, but that was a strike. The 2-2 pitch, swing, rattles it back, foul. He's had 2 pitches in this at bat that should have been strike 3. Riley needs to get his bat off his shoulders. He's done that a lot this week where he's just watched strike 3 go right down the pipe. It's like he's sitting on a breaking ball with 2 strikes. When he gets a fastball, he can't pull the trigger. The 2-2. 95 up top, misses. Full count. If he would have rang that up and that was about an inch or 2 higher, I wouldn't even be able to argue it. I'd just be like, you know what, Riley? You should have swung at one of them. The 3rd pitch and 5th pitch and 7th pitch of this bat have been high fastballs in the top corner. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, blew it right by him. He was behind that pitch. He's sitting on breaking ball. That's what's going on with Riley. They can try to tell us whatever, but he is sitting on the breaking pitch when he gets to 2 strikes. And that's a batter cheating, and he's cheating because he's struggling. He's questioning himself. But we've watched it all week where he takes that 3rd called strike on a fastball. That one he swung, but as the first pitch on the way to Ozuna's down and in, it's 1-0. That's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That's one that Riley can at least touch, and he was barely getting the bat around when it hit the mitt. 1-0. 92 sinker. It's 1-1. Ozuna now back after missing the first part of this week. He's batting .304. Steady consistency from Ozuna. 1-1. 94 smacks the edge. It's 1-2. It's hard to believe we say that when you think of the beginning of the 2022 season when so many people wanted him DFA'd. He was coming out of all the controversy that ended up being false. And now he's been the most consistent batter. The 1-2. Just misses off the plate. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Overcast skies here at Truist Park. Joe Ryan comes set, brings it. 95 misses outside wide. Ball 3-3-2. The Braves can get base runners on. Joe Ryan's numbers go up tremendously with runners on base. Now, most pitchers do, but his has a sharp spike. The 3-2. Down below the knees, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And that'll bring Ozzie to the plate. Standing on deck is Harris. With Smurf taking the day off, they flip-flop Harris in the catcher position. In the batting order, Drake is behind Harris. First pitch to Olsen, 92 off the plate. It's 1-0. Charlie Ramos is known for squeezing the zone and giving a low strike, which is what we've seen so far. But you just can't bank on it if you're these Braves batters. We know how this works. The 1-0. Inside, sweeper bends. 2-0. When Ramos is behind the plate, the games average about a run, just over a run more than your average umpire. 2-0 count. Swing. Fouls it back. Late on that one. Mets and Cardinals are underway in Citi Field, and good to see one thing. We are going to miss Sonny Gray when the Cardinals come to town tomorrow. He's pitching today. The 2-1. Swing, rattles it back, foul, 2-2. It's Clay Holmes versus Sonny Gray. Pretty good pitching matchup out there. That was the best news I saw this morning when I saw Sonny Gray. They had talked about he could be pushed back a day, and he's pitching. So We'll dodge that one. The 2-2. Ryan steps off the bump. Resets. He's at 20 pitches, so a little high. Nothing too concerning for the first inning, but not quite where they want it. Two-two count. Comes set. 94. High and out of the zone. Ball 3-2. Which means Ozuna will be on the move. Maybe we did want to face Sonny Gray. Francisco Lindor just let off the game with a solo shot. The payoff pitch to Olsen. Swing! That ball's lifted into right center field. That ball's going. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lamma ding-dong. A two-run shot. 403 happy feet.
From Plank Road Field. Smooth as it gets.
Ice House. Always smooth, never watered down.
We must win today. Losing is not an option.
That click clacked. Missed the pregame. We picked Olsen to click. He was 0 for 2 lifetime with 2 strikeouts versus Ryan. I just felt like he was swinging a good bat and he was due. Wasn't necessarily expecting that out the gate. Man, he tattooed that ball. It bounced off the yellow padding just before you get to the bullpen out there. So it barely cleared it, but it's good enough for a 2 runs. And your Atlanta Braves. Ozzie Albies down on the 0-1 count after fouling it off the 0-1. Swung on, fouls it back again. It's 0-2. That's how you start a game. So an 0-2 count. Swing. Hits it towards left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Good piece of hitting by Ozzie. Took what they gave him, and he just kind of doinked it out there into left field.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
Michael Harris II now digs in. First pitch on the way. 92 inside. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Ozzie at second. Ryan now at 26 pitches. The 1-0. Just below the knees. Right there for a strike. 1-1. 1-1 count. Harris is right there at the Mendoza line, batting 200. Pitch on the way. Splitter misses inside. 2-1. You'd love to see them just keep running up that pitch count. Braves 2, Twins nothing. The 2-1 to Harris. Swing. Slaps it foul down the line. That ball had enough distance, just took a left turn at Albuquerque, probably about 15, 20 feet foul into the upper deck, 2-2. Harris probably doesn't know that, but that was probably going to be called a ball considering what Ramos has done so far today. The 2-2 count, though it was in the zone. You're going to flip it over there to Ozzie, keep him close by. Real quick on your out-of-town scoreboard. Game's just getting underway. We'll just give you the ones that have scores. Mets 1-0. In the first over the Cardinals. Yankees lead the Rays 1-0 in the first. Mariners over the Blue Jays 3-0 in the first, the 2-2. Swing, chased one out of the zone. Ball 3-2. Phillies already on top of the Marlins 3-0. They're in the first. The Red Sox, White Sox in a shootout 3-2. Bottom of the first. Red Sox lead it. 2-2 count. Swing. Baltimore chopper, and it's going to go right to the first baseman. He'll step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. That ball goes anywhere else with Harris's speed, he probably beats it out. But bad luck right there. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves lead it 2-0. Grant Holmes got to keep them locked down when we return.
Don't you love when you get that burst of energy to reorganize your entire house, but then that burst goes away and you're forced to face what you just did?
You got a 5?
Yeah,
How did you get a 5?
I found my ball.
You found that ball?
I found that ball.
How'd you get it out of the woods? You were pretty deep in there.
I had a good lie.
Yeah, you had a good lie, all right.
It takes a special pair of eyes to hit a baseball, and the focus of Hank Greenberg was always on the task at hand. So much so that pitchers almost knew what to expect the moment they released the ball.
A smashing single to left field. Big Hank, the league's leading hitter, streaks down to first.
In less than 1,400 career games, Greenberg inflicted an awful lot of damage.
Absolutely strong, and he happened to be an exceptional physical specimen.
In an era that featured some of the game's greatest sluggers, Hank still stood out. 4 times he led the league in runs batted in and was a 2-time MVP.
Greenberg was known for coming through with men on base. 1937, he had 183 RBIs. 183.
1 year later, he smashed 58 home runs for one of 4 home run titles.
You happen to be looking for a pitch, and fortunately the pitcher will throw that particular ball in a certain spot, and you swing at that spot, you might have a home run.
As staggering as his numbers are, imagine what they might have been had he not lost so many prime years to serve his country in World War II.
There was no choice. Everybody joined up. I happened to be a second ball player to go in, so I was in close to 4.5 years.
If World War II hadn't happened, you're talking about somebody who had the raw skills to go on and hit 500 home runs, to drive in 1,800 runs.
Hank Greenberg is a Hall of Famer and one of the most ferocious hitters the game has ever seen.
What do you call a Mexican with a rubber toe?
Roberto.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Swung on and popped to right field, right at Kid Kelnick. He'll make the catch. 1 away. Hard hit ball. Right to right field. Kelnick was right on it. Looking for Grant Holmes to settle down. First pitch on the way is a fastball, top of the zone, 4-seamer. It's 1-0. Tim says there's a coon you hate. I don't know what you're talking about. You must have missed something in the chat. The 1-0, swung on, pops it up, high in the sky. Harris camping underneath it. He'll call fair catch around the 50-yard line just before the warning track, 2 down. So 2 up, 2 down. Quick start to the second inning, which is what you want from Holmes. He didn't have a lengthy first inning, but it would be great to see him get out of the second under 25 pitches. That would be phenomenal. Here comes his 21st to Jeffers, the number 6 hitter. 93 just misses outside. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and brings it right there at the knees. Good slider. 1-1 count. Good to see everybody in the chat. Didn't know what we'd expect today on Easter. Didn't know if we'd have a lot of folks in here or not. The 1-1 down and into them. We are bringing you every game pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of the Braves all season, unless it can't be helped. I mean, you lose power or something in a storm or whatever. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, foul back out of play. Two count. This is Heathens versus Angels Day, isn't it? It's Easter, but it falls on 420. The 2-2, swing pops it up, high into center field, shallow center field. In fact, Ozzy's going to drift back and make the catch. Then the inning. 1, 2, 3. Grant Holmes is rocking and rolling here on Easter Sunday.
I play real sports. I'm trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
As a married man, I have 2 missions in life. 1, to calm my wife down when she's mad. And 2, to make my wife mad when she's calm.
Why?
Whoa, is that O.J. Simpson?
Oh, you like it? Yeah, that was my favorite player. I figured I'd wear it for the Super Bowl.
You know he's a murderer, right?
Yeah, the guy was a monster. Rushed 2,000 yards in 14 games. I mean, he was a savage.
No, like he killed 2 people.
He killed a lot of people, okay? Linebackers, safeties, corners.
Do you have any other jerseys at home?
Yeah, I got plenty of jerseys. Aaron Hernandez, Michael Vick, Henry Ruggs, I have that one.
What?
Ray Rice, I got that one too.
Our next first baseman is also one of the biggest.
The 6'4" Willie McCovey.
Although Stretch didn't join the Giants until the middle of the '59 season, McCovey went 4 for 4 in his first game and went on to be named Rookie of the Year. Big league pitchers had been put on notice.
He was the most feared hitter I saw. I thought sure he was really going to hurt somebody because he hit the ball so hard.
McCovey was a good hit. You better take the married man off the infield when he hits.
Manager Gil Hodges tried the McCovey shift.
He'll kill you.
He was the scariest hitter you'd ever want to see. As a first baseman, when you're holding a runner on, you just hope Willie McCovey was not coming up because nobody could hit the ball any harder than McCovey.
In 68 through 70, he had something like 120 home runs and over 350 RBIs.
It's gone! A grand slam home run! McCovey!
Stretch was the National League MVP in '69 and closed out his 19-year career with 521 home runs and more than 1,500 RBIs.
He was a great player in an era with Clemente and Aaron and Mays, and he was as good as any of them.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. All right, let's tack on to the lead. Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago. That was like 2019, 2018, somewhere in that neighborhood. First pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin. Swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. I thought you were talking about something recent. No, we were saying last night that Kelnick should have been benched for not hustling out of the box, but evidently if you listen to the pregame show and you listen to the clips, it's the 0-1. Swung on, popped it high. Into shallow left, right by the foul line. Correa is called off by Lee. He'll make the catch. F5 in your scorebook. One down. Evidently, Brian Snitker had no idea it happened. Because they asked him about it. If he said anything to him after his at-bat, he said, oh, yeah, I said good swing or something. Was I supposed to say something? And you can tell is the 94-mile-an-hour fastball to Nick Allen to start off the at-bat, misses inside, it's 1-0. And he didn't know what he was saying. It wasn't said in jest. It was said, he's like, what are you talking about? The 1-0, swung on, chopped foul, 1-1. To be fair, when Acuna got benched, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because he had done it a lot. They finally benched him, the 1-1, outside wide, 2-1. He hadn't hustled down the line. Nowadays, they're probably not going to bench Acuna if he doesn't hustle down the line because they don't want him to tear something or rip something. The 2-1 pitch, swats it foul off the face mask of today's line catcher, Ryan Jeffers. But as far as what happened last night with Kelnick, for folks who might have missed the game, he stared at the ball as the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, blew it right by him, 2 down. He stared at the pitch, or at the ball off his bat, thinking he had hit it out. And when he realized that it wasn't leaving and that it was going off the wall, then he picked up the speed after he hit first base. By that time, it was way too late. And he never should have been sent. And I don't think he was sent by Goodwin, the first base coach, as the First pitch to Kelenic is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. I believe he just went on his own. 1-0. Swing. Rips it over towards right field. That's through the infield. And that's going to get down where the green grass grows. How about that? Lead off, or his first at bat, he gets a single with 2 outs. That'll flip the lineup over. Wouldn't mind seeing Kelenic trying to steal here, and if he gets thrown out, then you got the top of the order starting off the next inning. But to be fair on that, Kelenic has not done that, or at least I have not seen Kelenic do that before, so if they might have figured it out later, maybe they probably had a conversation with them off to the side. As the 92-mile-an-hour fastball to start the at-bat to Verdugo catches the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. But when Acuna did it, it was like the 5th or 6th time he had done it in about a 4 or 5 week span. The 0-1. Check swing down the line. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. That was also coming off the heels, if you remember a few years before that, with the Washington Nationals, when Papelbon choked out Bryce Harper for not running out a ground ball to first in the dugout. They were teammates with Washington. The 0-2 swung on, hit through the infield. That's going to be a little worm burner that gets through, and your Atlanta Braves have runners on the corners as Kelenic was busting it around first to third. Here with 2 outs. We'll change the view so you can see it from above. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. See if we get some 2-out magic here from Austin Riley. He struck out his first time up. A fastball that blew right by him as he tried to connect. See what he's got here in store. Righty-righty matchup. The first pitch, swing, rips it into left field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score your Atlanta Braves. Take a 3-0 lead. Good piece of hitting by Riley.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
He was sitting dead red, and that was a spinner that didn't spin. They were set up outside, and it drifted inside, and he got the barrel on it, ripped it into left field. Kelenic easily scored after going first to third on the last at bat. Verdugo goes in kind. We have runners on the corners now, 2 outs. As the pitching coach of the Minnesota Twins, Pete Mackey, is out there talking to Ryan. Don't let this outing fool you. Joe Ryan's a very good starting pitcher. Doesn't quite have his control today. And if we can knock him out early, that would be very advantageous to winning this game. Because like most good starting pitchers, most veterans, once you get them their feet underneath them, they get better as the game goes on. Marcell Ozuna, the batter. Infield is back and to the left. First pitch on the way is a hanging slider right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. All of this has been done with 2 outs. It started with the Kelenic single with 2 away. The 0-1 swing. Chased a sinker down below the knees, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. You got to figure he's going to go to that sweeper or slider. He's been doing that a lot with the right-handers. He gets to the 2 strikes. He's got a good fastball, so you can't just sit on that, but you got to be aware that he could be going away. The 0-2. Brings it. Swing! Rifles that sinker in on his hands, 93 miles an hour. His sinker and 4-seamer, they hit about the same velocity. The difference is the 4-seamer drifts away. The sinker kind of bites in almost like a 2-seam action. Ryan lifts his red glove brings it. Swing, chops it down the third base line. Foul. Verdugo at third. Riley at first. Marcell Ozuna at the plate. And, of course, you got Matt Olson, who's already gone yard, standing on deck, and that's got to be in the mind of Ryan right now. Infield back into the left. Here's the pitch. Swing, chops it over towards third. Should be an easy play for Lee. He'll fire it across the diamond, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put one more on the board. Kelnick comes around after the Riley single. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
It's a balk automatically with the man on.
He's never been called for a balk in his career, Luke Weaver.
Well, the umpires don't know about what they're doing.
Pedro. I think we're on a delay. Fingers crossed. We'll clean that up for the rear. That was a run.
You guys supposed to be some type of rap group?
What? Oh, and who are you supposed to be, a mariachi band?
Yes, actually.
Oh, my fault.
Shouldn't you guys be stealing or getting arrested or something?
Shouldn't you be mowing my lawn?
Here is Johnny Mize.
The big cat pounced on pitchers in the National League from the moment he put on a uniform.
Johnny Mize came up to the majors in 1936 with the Cardinals. He was a 300 hitter right out of the box, good power.
And he forged his lifetime .312 average in a unique way. Following the 1941 season, Mize was dealt to the Giants. But 1 year later, duty called, and he was off to war.
World War II really affected Johnny Mize's career. He's a guy who never got to 400 home runs, which is amazing because in his prime, he was among the most feared hitters in baseball.
Mize lost 3 prime years to the war, but still hit 359 home runs.
Mize started the All-Star game at first base for the National League 4 times before World War II, 4 times after World War II.
And he'd share the NL home run crown with Ralph Kiner in consecutive seasons.
Both with the Cardinals and then with the Giants. He was never a part of the World Series team. And then late in the 1949 season, the Yankees purchased Mize's contract from the Giants.
Big John Mize wraps one into the right field stands for a home run.
The Big Cat's clutch pinch hits helped the Yankees win 5 straight titles and earned Mize a World Series MVP award in '52. A ring for every finger on this Hall of Famer's hand.
Someone broke into my house last night and stole all my antidepressants. I hope they're happy.
Welcome back. First pitch to Keyshaw, misses for a ball, high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup, the 1-0. Swung on, and that ball's going to dribble through the infield. That is going to be a base hit and a leadoff single for Keyshaw. And the Twins, their first hit of the day. Grant Holmes, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts so far. Righty-righty matchup. Right-lefty matchup, excuse me. First pitch on the way to Brooks Lee is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Holmes has been given a 3-0 lead. You'd like to see him stick with it. Get a shutdown inning here, the 1-0. Right there on the outer edge, 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing. And a miss, 1-2. Braves 3, Twins nothing. They're going to flip it over to first to keep the runner close by. Pitch on the way, down and in. Misses, 2-2. Good take. So a 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, chops it over towards shortstop area. It'll be Riley over there. He'll fire it to second. We're going to get a 5-6-3 attempt at a double play, but the runner will beat it down the line. Riley had to wait for that ball to bounce a second time, and that probably cost us to be able to get that double play. Allen, by the time he got it, turned around and fired it to first. Was just a touch behind. That's one of those plays that Arcia probably gets the double play. He does have a stronger arm. He just beat it by, I mean, it was basically tie goes to the runner type of thing if you're listening on radio. First pitch on the way is a strike right down the pipe to Bader, the number 9 hitter. It's 0-1. He's another guy with good speed. 0-1. Up top misses 1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires, 94 high and inside. Almost gets him. Little chin music. Two-1 count. Home plate umpire Charlie Ramos dusts off home plate. The 2-1. Slider misses high, 3-1. So Holmes struggling with his command in this at bat. That was a hanging slider. Probably good that it was out of the zone. That's usually one that gets pounded. The 3-1 pitch. Swing! Fouls it back. 94 about letter high. Full count. Just 1 out, so that doesn't necessarily mean the runner's going to be on the move, but you never know. The infield is back and to the left. Payoff pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4. He'll head down to first, and we've got trouble brewing. Top of the third, runners on first and second. 1 out. First pitch on the way to the leadoff batter, Edward Julian, is inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it, swing, chops it over towards first. In between first and second, Olson's going to have to make the play. He'll flip it to Grant Holmes, and Grant Holmes will tag the bag. So there are 2 down, but that basically worked like a bunt, a swinging bunt. And the runners at first and second now move to second and third. So 1 crack of the bat here, a blooper, a seeing eye single, anything that gets down in the outfield will most likely score 2 and will cut the lead to just 1. So a big spot here, top of the third. And Buxton, who's about as hot as they can be, first pitch swing and rattles one back foul. It's 0-1. He's about as hot as they've got on this team so far. I'd almost be willing to walk him to get to Ty France. The 0-1 inside, almost gets him in the arm. 1-1. 1-1 count, second and third, 2 outs. Braves lead it 3-0. The pitch, swing and a miss. Slider down and away, 1-2. Infield is back and to the left, playing Buxton to pull. The 1-2. Oh my word, that pitch missed inside, but barely. 2-2. Slider on the inside track. Looked like it was going to bend and get it and just kept going. Maybe an inch off the plate, if that. The 2-2. Did he go around? They checked out. He did! Strike 3. Grant Holmes is his third strikeout of the day. None bigger than that one. Great job, Grant. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
People often ask, what's the best way to handle a manager who sits on their phone all day and complains about work not being done? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
Get your ass up and show us how it's done, then, B!
I'm not going to stay silent any longer. The following groups of people need to be deported immediately. People who ride tandem bicycles. Couples who share email or social media accounts. People who say yummy or delicious about anything other than food. Anyone who says lovemaking. Disney adults. Couples who sit on the same side of the booth. People who do that how old do I look thing.
You play real good, you start. You don't play as good, you work your way back in. It's the American way, except America has gotten soft. And so I apologize to nobody for that.
Hi, I'm Albert Pujols with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Consider that in each of his first 9 seasons, Pujols has hit over 300 with more than 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. The only man in history ever to do so. That's remarkable.
Pujols smokes it! Way out of here, and the Cardinals win it!
He has a small man's swing, and he has a big man's power.
Pujols has given St. Louis the lead! A dramatic, towering 3-run home run!
When you watch that guy hit, you start thinking someone could throw 120 miles an hour, and Albert Pujols would not have trouble getting around on it.
It's a gunner! A gunner!
He's just got one of those swings that's naturally made to hit a baseball.
Albert Pujols is 5 for 5 with 3 home runs.
Pujols is a perennial all-star and a multiple MVP award winner.
Albert Pujols, you talk about a most valuable player.
Black people from the hood kill me because I'm not requesting. I'm saying that they name their kids either something really old like Ezekiel or something that nobody has ever heard before.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. You've got Matt Olson standing at the plate, and the first pitch on the way is a hanging slider up top for a strike. It's 0-1. I'm calling it a sweeper, but it really has more of a sliding action, like a slow slider. Sweepers typically are supposed to bend down. That one was flat. The 0-1 swing, hit hard on the ground over to first. Good backhanded play over there by the first baseman, France. He'll flip it to Ryan covering the bag. 1 down. 1 down. Ozzie Albies the batter. Braves lead at 3-0, but just doesn't feel like this is going to be enough because I don't know where we are with Iglesias going for a third time out. I know he's done it, but it would be ideal to get a big lead and not need him today. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball. Misses inside. It's 1-0. 1-0. Smacks the outer edge. Good pitch. 1-1. Mets lead the Cardinals 1-0 there in the third. Red Sox 4-2 over the White Sox. Here in the third. It's kind of funny. The White Sox are playing the Red Sox, and the White Sox are wearing black, and the Red Sox are wearing yellow. The 1-2 swung on, pops it up, high in the sky, converging, making the catches. Buxton, he called everybody off. 2 down. You wonder what could have been with Byron Buxton's career. You know, for folks who've not followed him and not familiar with him because he's been in the American League his entire career. You know, there were some rumors way back when that the Braves were trying to get him. But he's 31 now, and he's from Baxley, Georgia. That was one of the reasons why a lot of Braves fans had interest in him. First pitch on the way is down and in. For ball, it's 1-0. And even when Harris came up, there was talks about the Braves possibly going and getting him and putting him in one of the corner outfield positions. 1-0, down and in 2-0. But you look at what he could have been because and his career is far from over, but his prime years, he battled a lot of injuries, the 2-0. Swing, that ball is hammered down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It is just foul. Harris smacks it off the screen in the corner. He has 98 stolen bases, Buxton does, but he doesn't steal as much as he used to as the 2-1. Swing, that ball's hammered down the right field line. That ball is going to bang off the wall. That ball is fair. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Money Mike cruises around first, heading to second, and he is safe. How about that?
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your gang tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
Good hard hit by Michael Harris II. Goes off the wall down there and jetted out. But it kicked away. I thought he might have a chance for 3, but very good job by Larnock to jump on it and get it back into the infield. First pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin. He's fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Drake is 0 for 1 today. Righty, lefty, infield back and to the right. Pitch on the way, swung on, lifted, down the left field line. That ball's going to be going. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! The Drake, baby, the Drake! His second of the year, 368 happy feet, 102 off the bat.
I love the Drake.
Your Atlanta Braves
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
have put a nickel up on the Twins here in the third inning. 5-0. Let's keep it going, Braves country. We keep this up, they'll put their version of whoever Bryce Elder is out of their bullpen, and they'll just say goodnight, Irene, and get ready for the next series. Man, was that a pretty hit. I looked at his spray chart from when he was in the minors, the 0-1 swing and a miss at 0-2. I was looking at it yesterday before the game, so I thought he might get a start today. Most of his home runs go the opposite direction, the 0-2. Outside wide 1 and 2, which is very different for most hitters. Now, he doesn't hit a ton. I think he had 16 in the minors last year, but 14 of them went oppo. The 1-2 misses to Allen, 2-2. So an oppo-boppo 2-run addition just snuck over the left field wall. And it's 5-0 Atlanta, the 2-2. Caught looking strike 3. Don't know what Nick was looking for there, but he didn't get it. He got a 92 sinker, must have been looking for the bender. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. We'll be back in a flash, Braves country.
For f***'s sake, the Nigerians are drinking us under the table. Nigeria now consumes more Guinness than Ireland and the UK. This is a disgusting fall from grace for the Irish people. There are 5 million healthy drinking age Irish people and only 240 million Nigerians. That means we can't even do the drinking of 50 men anymore. It's no wonder Irish people can't get a decent paying job anymore when we lack the basic skills our grandparents were born with. Now look at us, 35, having a cocktail after work like we're Spaniards.
For 13 straight years, from 1929 through 41, Jimmy Fox drove in more than 100 runs, still an MLB record, while playing for both the Philadelphia A's and the Red Sox. It's no wonder they called it the Beast.
Fox was the strongest man I ever saw. He had arms like a blacksmith.
He loved to show his upper arms because the muscles were just popping out, and he was just a physical presence that really intimidated a lot of the pitchers of his time.
Jimmy was powerful, and when he hit a ball, it's just like a golf ball taking off. He hit the ball so hard sometimes it would flutter like a knuckleball.
Oh, you hit a line drive, I'm trying to get away from it. Ball hit me here, I went that way, the glove went that way. Vicious.
Fox hit 534 home runs in his career, and his 1,922 RBIs is the fourth most by any first baseman. Jimmy's Hall of Fame resume speaks volumes. 2 batting titles, 3 MVP awards, a career .325 average, and he's one of 2 first basemen ever to win a season's Triple Crown.
Jimmy Fox wasn't just great, he was one of the 10 best hitters in baseball history. He's one of the best hitters ever.
You know, when I say good night, I mean good night to you. I'm gonna still be up though.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball right there at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on, pops it up, high in the sky. Michael Harris II comes underneath it, makes the catch. F8 your scorecard, 1 away. Smiles all around Braves country now. Braves lead at 5-0. A chance for their first sweep. Chance for their first winning streak. They've won back-to-back games. Most people define a winning streak 3 or more. And after an unbelievable come from behind victory on Friday, they held on to victory last night as the 1-0's down and in. Larnach, who's 0 for 1 on the day, power hitting right fielder. The 1-0 swing, that ball's hammered into right field, down for a base hit. Good job by Kelnick. He's going to cut it off and get it in to the infield really quickly, and that'll hold to a long single. Good job by Kelnick. The hustle over there and cut it off. The Braves are playing Larnach very deep, so not much of a chance of it getting past him, but keeping it from hitting the wall keeps him to a 1 base. That'll bring Carlos Correa to the plate. First pitch on the way, swing, rips it into left field. That's down for a base hit. So, after a pop-up, back-to-back singles, have the Twins in business again. Holmes danced out of danger his first time last inning, getting a big strikeout with runners on second and third. Now you got runners on first and second once again. This time it's Jeffers to the plate. Ryan Jeffers flew out in the second inning. First pitch, that ball hits him. And now we got the bases loaded. So just like that, it has unraveled for Grant Holmes. Doesn't appear they're going to go out there and talk to him. Maybe, no, never mind. Kranitz was putting his clipboard down so he could go talk to him. Just try to calm him down a bit. Probably just to kind of remind him, too, you got a 5-run lead, so don't worry about being perfect. The defense is here for you. If we can get a double play, that's great. But the key to here is to keep them out of a big inning. With Jeffers being hit, Keyshaw will be the batter. And that's the youngster that came up a couple of days ago. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Good hitting. I believe he's primarily an outfielder. They're going to check on Jeffers over there at first with the training staff, so we'll let you keep an eye on it. With the bases loaded, we'll give you the overview. They have taken his batting glove off to look at his hand. They lost a guy yesterday. Kiersey got knocked out with a hit by pitch. They showed him in the dugout, so he must be okay, but they're probably trying to give him the day off. Jeffers is a catcher. And I'm pretty sure that he is a right-handed throwing catcher, which means he got hit in the forearm. And when he goes to receive pitches, that's the arm he's going to receive them with. So we'll see how much discomfort he has, because a lot of times the catcher has to come out of the game because it is just going to be barking at him all day long. He's got kind of a smile on his face, so he's probably okay, but Christian Vasquez is up, and they might have told him to get ready to catch next inning. First pitch on the way. It's a curveball to Keyshaw, down and away. It's 1-0. Christian Vasquez, the backup catcher who played last night, he was heading down the dugout towards the equipment as the 1-0's in the dirt, 2-0. So Grant Holmes falling apart here in the fourth inning. He's got a 5-0 lead. He's got to throw strikes. It looks like they went for a bender, and that appeared to be the slider. They went curveball and slider to start off the 2-0. Swing, fouls it back, 2-1. And I get he's not wanting to lay one in there, but same token, you got to lead like this. You got to be a little aggressive to prevent an unraveling. The 2-1 from Holmes. Nice slider right there at the knees. 2-2. He said that pitch working. That actually might be a touch high of where he wants it. But that was a pretty good slider. He's pretty much had control of it all day. The 2-2. Curveball in the dirt. He has not had much control of that curve, that's for sure. Full count. Not sure why Baldwin's dialing that one up. Because now, nowhere to put Keyshaw. You needed to treat that 2-2 like a 3-2. The payoff pitch from Holmes. Swing. Hits it just foul. Jammed him inside down the first base line. Once again, we'll go back to it. That was the cutter that he went on that one. Just got to go mano-a-mano and see if you can beat him. You don't want to walk him here getting too cute. Time is called by Keyshaw. Braves 5, Twins nothing, but the bases are juiced. One away. The payoff pitch. Swing, pops it back foul, 94. Maybe a touch out of the zone. Do it again, full count. That was the cutter once again. So the payoff pitch, swing, dribbles it down the third base line, but foul. This will now be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Of course, advantage batter the longer this goes. Infield is back and to the left. You'd love a double play ball, but any out will do. The payoff pitch. Swing, pops it up high in the sky. Who wants it? Matt Olson calling everybody off. He'll make the catch in very shallow left field, just past the infield dirt. 2 down. Big second out there by Holmes. Now he'll face Brooks Lee, who's put some pretty good at-bats so far this series, so this isn't a given even though he's the number 8 hitter. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch in the dirt. Good night, Irene. Where'd it go? That's going to be a run. That ball went off of Drake's glove, bounced high in the air. I think even if he knew where it was, he had no shot at stopping that run from coming home. So it's 5-1. Bounced off the ground. He tried to backhand it, but it bounced so far in front of him. Even if he does the traditional block like he should at that point, sliding in front of it, I think it's going to bounce off his face. I mean, that ball took a hard spike and then bounced off the turf. So a wild pitch. Infield is back. The 1-0 pops it up. High down the left field line. Giving chase. Verdugo's going to run out of room. 1-1. That was probably about a dozen rows back in the left field corner. Just where the wall jets in, you're hoping for a little more room there for Verdugo to make the catch, but no such luck. So second and third, 2 outs. The 1-1 brings it. Fastball misses high and out of the zone. 2-1. On deck is Harrison Bader, the number 9 hitter. Edward Julian's in the hole. We'd like to see them in the 5th and not the 4th. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, rips it towards center field. Harris giving chase. Money Mike is there! 75% of the world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. We'll be back in a flash. What a play.
They're going to choke on the wrapper. I don't give a about these ducks.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but ordering delicious food when your wife is not at home is basically cheating. So just a heads up.
Big news, I learned something new from the youth today that I would like to share with you. New terminology that they're using, you might be aware of it. I, for one, was not aware of it. That is the term fine shite. Girls were standing around my desk and one of them referenced a fine shite. Naturally, I did have a follow-up question, and that question was, what?
On June 2nd, 1925, Lou Gehrig replaced an ailing Wally Pipp at first base for the New York Yankees. He'd proceed to set an unprecedented standard for consistency and durability. Gehrig went on to play 2,130 games in a row, a streak that earned him a nickname befitting his feat.
And to give you the name the Iron Horse, that is a tribute to what you represented to your teammates.
From 1926 to 1937, Lou Gehrig was as dominant a force as baseball has ever seen.
Gehrig was a savage hitter, and not necessarily a pull hitter. Gehrig was known to hit the most ferocious line drives in all directions.
Gehrig posted numbers that were off the charts. A lifetime .340 hitter. He won 3 home run titles, won the Triple Crown in 1934, and was a 2-time MVP. He was a finely tuned RBI machine who finished 5 shy of 2,000. The most runs driven in among first basemen in the modern era.
Gehrig was one of the most prolific RBI men in baseball history. Drove in 175, 174, 184, which still is the American League record.
Of course, Lou's career and life were cut short by the terminal disease that now bears his name. But his greatness on the field and his courage in the face of death will never be forgotten.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Money doesn't buy happiness, cool, but it would buy me takeout every day, and that would make me the opposite of sad.
First pitch on the way to Kid Kelnick is a strike, sweeper, right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Joe Ryan just threw his 67th pitch of the day as we hear in the bottom of the 4th. The 0-1. Fastball, 4-seamer. Up and in, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Braves 5, Twins 1. Bottom of the 4th. Ryan, somebody's taking a long time. Seems like that should have been some kind of violation. The 0-2 swung on and fouled back. We'll do it again. The 0-2. Down and in. Sweeper misses. 1-2. So 1-2 count. Infield playing back into the right as the 2-2 misses. The 1-2 misses inside. It's 2-2. The 2-2 to Kid Kelnick brings it inside. Ball 3, full count. Ryan comes set, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball got him up top. Good pitch. One away. One down, and that'll put the top of the order back up as Alex Verdugo comes to the plate. First pitch to the left-handed bat of Doogie is a sweeper at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Hit high and deep, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall is Larnach. He caught it right in front of the Ford sign there at the brick wall. He's getting some good swings on Ryan. That's the second one that he's sent high into right field. He is 1 for 3 now. He sees Ryan a third time, which he probably won't. Could be interesting. The first pitch on the way to Riley is a four-seam fastball right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 chopped over to short. Correa's got it. That's going to be an easy 1-2-3 inning. Something that Ryan and the Twins were looking for. They're trying to climb back in it. Grant Holmes has to go back to work quickly. It's 5-1 Bravos.
I'm sure some of y'all can relate. When you were younger and you were staying at your grandma's or grandpa's house and they didn't have anything to eat and you went and looked for a snack and they pulled out this bad boy to buy any weenies.
Join the Country Club today. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
She has all her cousins in there. I feel like I'm being strangled by like a bunch of Mexicans on a necklace just trying to...
That's love, dude.
That's love?
Let it take hold and rip out every last breath you have.
The encore would be even better when in Game 2 the next night, Mattingly again came to the plate in the 6th with the score tied at 2.
Fight to get to the playoffs, and you want to show people you're fighting for respect still. You want to show people you can still play.
Don Mattingly. The fans want a dinger out of him.
You know it's loud, you know it's crazy, but it's almost like background noise at that point. Then it gets back to what am I doing with this guy? Looking for the changeup, the whole at bat, knowing that I'm going to get it in there somewhere, and then he ends up throwing it for a strike.
This one by Mattingly. Oh, hang on to the roof. Goodbye, home run. Don Mattingly.
I mean, if Yankee Stadium had a roof, it would have been blown off.
I got up out of the dugout. A lot of people may have thought I was up to congratulate him. I actually thought the dugout was going to crumble. The concrete blocks were shaking. I've never seen anything like that stadium that day.
I actually turned to the person who was sitting next to me and I said, I think we're going to go down. We were moving, like the press box was moving. And I was like, holy cow, like this is really how we're going to die and someone hit a home run at Yankee Stadium.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Harrison Bader, the number 9 hitter, top of the 5th. The 1-0 from Holmes. 84 down and away, 2-0. 2-0 count. Holmes brings it. Down and away, ball 3-3. So he's really starting to struggle with his control now. The 3-0. Inside spins him around, ball 4. So Bader, who has good speed, heads down to first. And Holmes once again has the leadoff runner on. There's nobody out, clinging to a 5-1 lead. It's 68 pitches for those of y'all wanting to keep track of that. Here's the top of the order. Edward Julian. First pitch. Swing and a miss. He was looking for the downs on that one. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Slider down and in. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Holmes kicks and fires. Down and in, 1-2. Braves 5, Twins 1. The 1-2. Caught, looking, strike 3. Slider at the knees. That's a iffy call, but we'll take it. Big out number 1 for Holmes here in the 5th. Problem is when you see the track and you see the dot on your screen, if you're watching, whether you're watching this or you're watching at home and following along with the audio, those tracks are brought in where the ball is caught, but where it goes over the plate is a little different. Now that pitch right there looked to be identical. It's the first pitch to Buxton. Misses, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, rifles it into center field. Harris cutting me over to cut it off. He'll get it back into the infield, but not before Buxton cooking around first, heads to second. Head first slide, and he's got a 1-out double. And they've got runners at second and third with just 1 out. Went with the fastball in the top of the zone. Probably just got a little too much plate. Buxton with another base hit. First pitch on the way. 95-mile-an-hour fastball misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Sure, they'd like to get Holmes through 5 innings. Krantz is at the top of the steps, ready to go talk to him again, probably just to try and buy time. The 1-0. Slider misses, 2-0. Outside and wide. Low in the zone. 2-0 count. He's had traffic all over the bases all game long. He's walked 2. 4 hits allowed is the 2-0, nowhere near the zone. Ball 3, 3-0. And they continue to try to nibble early in the count, and it's getting him behind. When a guy's struggling with command like he is, you want them to be a little more aggressive in the beginning of the at-bat. The 3-0, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So Holmes really looks like he's going on fumes. Remember the last time he was out there, they pitched him a little too long. They took him all the way deep into the game, starting out the 7th inning. And he pitched more pitches than he's normally used to. So this could be some fatigue involved with that too, though he did have the extra day off. Aaron Bummer's warming up in the pen. Well, that's why I was saying that back on Monday, that's why you didn't want to put Holmes out there for an extra inning, because he's not used to going deep into games, and it could affect him, not just in that game, which the Braves held on and won, but then your next start or so, you could get what they call dead arm. So Larnach, the cleanup hitter, is coming to the plate representing the tying run. First pitch, curveball misses, 1-0. Bummer's trying to get ready in a hurry. Correa is on deck. Jeffers in the hole. The 1-0. Swing, rips it down the right field line. Just foul. 1-1. He smoked that ball. This is also his third time through the lineup, so you got to keep that in mind too. 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. All pitchers, their numbers go up that third time through the lineup, especially when you're talking about a guy who hasn't had a lot of experience starting in the major leagues. That's definitely going to be the case. Infield is back to the right. Time is called. Home plate umpire gave Larnach a last-second timeout. He was just about to start his motion. Maybe a little gamesmanship here by Larnach. The 1-2, set up outside. Curveball in the dirt. He has not been getting that curveball over all game long. The idea that Baldwin would dial that one up at that time is a little questionable at best. So a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Caught, looking, strike 3. Went back to the four-seamer finally. 2 away. Grant Holmes with his 5th strikeout of the day. They were shooting for the outer edge, so that's the one thing that you can say is alarming about that. Baldwin was sitting on the outer edge, and he had to cross back over and catch it on the inside track. It was a strike, but he did not hit his spot. First pitch on the way to Correa is swatted deep down the right field line. Foul and out of play. It's 0-1. Correa definitely has the power to change this game with one swing of the bat. The 0-1. Braves lead at 5-1, top of 5. The 0-1. Fastball right down the pipe, 0-2. You'd like to see more aggressiveness from Holmes before the bases get juiced like that. It's still his best pitch, a good place fastball. The 0-2, swing, chops it just in front of home plate, and then it bends foul down the third base side. We'll do it again. Cross everything here, Braves country. Braves lead it 5-1, but the tying run is at the plate. Grant Holmes at 86 pitches. This will probably be his day, because I don't see him going back out there for inning number 6. The 0-2, swing, chops it over towards short. Allen's got it, fires it over to first, and just gets the runner in time. Ozzie Albies, we're going to see if they want to challenge this real quick, see what the Twins dial up. We'll hang here for a second. And I don't believe they're going to. If they do, we'll come back. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
You have the tying run 90 feet away in Kevin Mitchell, and the possible winning run at first in Ray Knight. And here's Mookie. Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball 2. Fouled away, 2-2. Fouled away again. Fouled away. And it's going to go to the backstop. Here comes Mitchell to score the tying run, and Ray Knight is at second base. 3-2 to Mookie Wilson. And he pops it in the air, foul off to the right. Gedman coming over. He will not have a play. Line drive foul. Can you believe this ball game at Shea? Oh, brother. So the winning run is at second base with 2 out. 3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
It's one of those moments where I don't care how long you've been doing it, you kind of step back as they're collecting the debris off the field, and you go, okay, that was pretty cool. I got to be here for that. You're going to reach back for that memory as you get older, and I do. I remember looking down at him in the dugout, and he kind of looked at me, and it was kind of like, okay, that was pretty cool.
It was a moment almost perfectly in what would turn out to be his last home game ever, where they got to say, we love you in this gigantic way.
The Yankees headed cross-country to Seattle with a 2-0 series lead, and their captain savoring every moment of the experience.
I knew I was done, right? I knew this was my last chance.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is swung on, and that ball's hit high. That ball's hit deep. That ball is hit a smack over the track. Ding dong, that pitch is dead.
Yep.
His 4th home run of the year, 394 happy feet later. 105 miles an hour off the bat of the Big Zoo. 6-1 your score. A little more breathing room for your Atlanta Braves pitching. That's what we need. First pitch on the way to Olsen. He's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty lefty, kicks and fires, swing. That ball's pelted towards the Braves dugout, first base side. Matt Olson hit a 2-run home run to start the game in the first inning. In case you're just joining us. Braves 6, Twins 1. The 1-1 swing and a miss. 91 mile an hour fastball right in his kitchen, 1-2. That ball really jumped out of his hands for just 91 miles an hour. Makes me wonder if that really was 91. It looked a lot faster. The 1-2, down and in, hit him in the foot. So he'll head on down to first. He appears to be okay. We'll take his free bag. I think it hit him right on the shoe. Hopefully the shoe got most of the. Let's see, take a look at this again. No, it got him right on the top of the foot, but appears to be okay. It was a bender, so he didn't get the full flush. Bounced right off. Ozzie Albies your batter, righty lefty. First pitch, swing, rattles it back foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Chops it foul towards the first base dugout. So an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. One down, and Michael Harris, the second, the batter. Harris doubled to right his last time up. He's 1 for 2. First pitch on the way. The four-seam fastball right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Ryan is at 86 pitches. This would definitely, most likely, be his last inning unless he gets a really quick double play here. The 0-1. Swung on, ripped over to second. That ball's going to get bobbled. They'll get Olsen on the long throw to second base, but Harris will be safe at first. Two down, and Drake Baldwin, the batter. Baldwin hit a home run his last time up. Righty-lefty once again. First pitch on the way is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Ryan. Not sure why, but he's looking over his shoulder at second. The 1-0. Fastball goes, the runner goes, and Harris is safe. Money Mike took off like a bat out of hell, and he, with a head-first slide, he goes into second base, into scoring position with 2 outs, which is a big play there. Now a single would get us another run. The 2-0 to Baldwin. Down and in. 3-0. Standing on deck is Nick Allenson. They may be pitching around Baldwin after he just went yard. And it would also set up a righty-righty as opposed to the righty-lefty. Ryan kicks his red glove and fires a fastball on the outer edge, 3-1. Ryan now at 91 pitches. Infield, back into the right. A 3-1 pitch brings it. Just drops a splitter there. 3-2. 3-2 count. Ryan comes set, kicks and fires, swung on and dragged over to second. So he'll get out of the jam. It'll be a 4-3 putout to end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put one more on the board. It's 6-1 via the Big Bear here in Truist Park.
Today they were telling me that my son has a Halloween parade at his school where all the kids at his school, they dress up in their Halloween costumes and they walk around the track for however many minutes, and the parents come and they video and all that. And I was there for it last year because it was on a Monday, and my wife was telling me that he had that today. And I said, well, why didn't you guys tell me anything about it? My wife said, well, I knew you had practice and meetings, so I didn't think you're going to be able to come. And then my son said, and it's also because you're 2 and 6 and you need to be in the office working. So I can take criticism. So please don't think that, because I get it at home worse than I get it on social media.
Hey, what'd you just call me?
I called you an alcoholic.
Well, why would you call me that?
Because you're like, after we're done here, let's go have a beer. And I'm like, you've had a lot of beers this week. And you're like, well, there's a lot of reasons to have beer. Like, our daughter shot a deer, so every time we shoot a deer, we gotta have a beer. Yep. And then I've been stressed out a little bit, so I had a beer that night. And I'm like, yeah, that's coming from like the mouth of a true alcoholic. Like, it's raining, I gotta have a beer. I went and got the mail, I gotta have a beer.
Yes, I'm having a beer, but are you gonna have a beer with me?
Well, of course, I can't let you drink alone now, can I?
All right, 2 Busch Lights.
If he was in a race against time, Mattingly was emptying his tank. He'd hit .417 in the series. The Mariners won games 3 and 4 to tie it back up. Suddenly, the Yankees' season and maybe Don Mattingly's career were hanging in the balance.
It was hard, because the whole time you think you're going to win it. You think you're going to win the series. And all of a sudden, it's like, it was quick, too. Like, it was over. It was so devastating, the way that we kind of went down. That last hit, Edgar, Gerald's throwing that ball, and then having Griffey score, and then it was like all of a sudden, poof, is gone.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way. Grant Holmes is going to go back out there. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how this one lines up. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss at the fastball high and out of the zone. Yeah, Jeffers, Kearshaw, and Lee do up the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. You do wonder if there's going to be first sign of danger, get them out of there type of approach. Bummer should be warmed up at this point. The 0-1. Up top 0-2. So an 0-2 count. 95 misses high, 1-2. Find it interesting. We have not seen Wiley Ballard since the viral video of him trying to mac on the gal up in Toronto. 1-2. Swung on, fouled away. We'll do it again. What gets me about that is, should he have done it? No, he shouldn't have. It's extremely unprofessional. But the play-by-play and the color commentator in the booth were egging him on. So they should be facing discipline as well. The 1-2. Swatted foul. We'll do it again. Because if somebody wants to sue FanDuel over that, and you never know nowadays, she could have quite a case that the other two were never disciplined. 1-2. 95 just misses outside. Do it again. Do I think it's the most egregious thing that's ever happened on air? No. But you got to be smarter than that. The 2-2. Caught looking strike 3. Fastball at the knees, one away. Wouldn't this be a great ending to the day for Holmes if he could bounce back here? One thing he's done so far, he's got the leadoff batter to go bye-bye. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, that is his 6th strikeout. First pitch on the way is a slider right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Cardinals have made it 3-1. They're in the 6th against the Mets. We're hoping for a 20-inning affair there. The 0-1. Swing and a miss 0-2. In fact, I wouldn't mind seeing a rain delay there in New York and have the Cardinals have to finish that game in the twilight hours before they come to Atlanta. We'll see the Cardinals Monday night, Tuesday night, and then it's a Wednesday getaway day. Does he go 2 in the dirt? Did he go around? He did not want to. Wednesday's game is 12:15 first pitch, so set a reminder there. So that's the earliest we've had one this year, even including spring training. The 1-2 in the dirt. Curveball, 2-2. Two count. Grant Holmes comes set, kicks and fires. 94-mile-an-hour fastball misses high and out of the zone. The payoff pitch misses, down and away, ball 4. The Grant Holmes, not only is that 100 pitches, he's walked a batter again. That's his 4th walk of the day. And I can't believe this, but they are going to let him pitch. The left-handed bat of Lee is coming to the plate. This seems like the spot where you bring in Bummer and call it a day. First pitch. Fastball right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Now the Braves do have an extra day off built in. They are off on Thursday. The 0-1. Smacks the edge but didn't get the call. 1-1. So with that being said, he wouldn't be called to pitch in theory until Saturday. 1-1. Swing, rips it down the first base side. Foul. It's 1-2. Here's hoping that Bryce Elder has pitched his last days up here and they bring back A.J. Smith-Shawver would be eligible to come back on Wednesday. The 1-2 in the dirt. To go around, he did not. 2-2. 2-2 count. Holmes comes set, brings it. 95 caught, looking strike 3. 95 top of the zone, just ticked the paint up top. Top shelf strikeout, 2 away. 7 strikeouts. Holmes is throwing these off of fumes. It looks like they're going to go get Sampson and set him back down. What a great game by Grant Holmes. He didn't have his best stuff, and he labored, but man, oh man, what an impressive outing from the young man. State 1903 on opening day at Huntington Avenue Baseball Grounds, the Americans defeat the Athletics in the morning game of a Patriots Day twin bill. In front of 27,658 spectators, Connie Mack's Athletics split the twin bill, winning the matinee matchup 10-7, featuring two Hall of Fame hurlers, Eddie Plank and Cy Young. On this date in 1978, San Diego Padres rookie Ozzie Smith, a future Hall of Famer, makes what he will rate as his best defensive play ever when he dives to his left to field a grounder hit by Jeff Burroughs of Atlanta. Although the ball takes a bad hop, scooting behind his head, the Wizard sticks out his bare right hand, snagging the ball before popping up and throwing it to first. And on this date, in 1982, the Atlanta Braves record their 12th consecutive win, a 4-2 decision over the Reds, to establish a modern Major League record for the most victories from the beginning of the season, a previous mark which had been set a year earlier by the Oakland A's. The New York Giants, in 1884, also won 12 games in a row to establish the record. The Braves would go on to win their 13th in a row the very next day, as their 13 wins came against 2 from the Padres, 6 from the Astros, and 5 against the Cincinnati Reds. Daniel De Los Santos will come in, try to put out this fire. 5 2/3 for Holmes, 4 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts, but 4 walks. That's the glaring issue. De Los Santos kicks and fires. First pitch, swing and a miss slider. It's 0-1. De Los Santos, the Twins saw him on Friday night where he came in, pitched an inning and a third. Him and Bummer helped him spell 3 innings of no-run, no-hit ball. The 0-1 just misses 1-1. Slider down below the knees. 1-1 count. Huge hole on the right side as the infield is back and to the left. Pitch on the way. Check swing, went around 1-2. Braves will welcome in the St. Louis Cardinals tomorrow. Spencer Schwellenbach on the bump. The 1-2. 97, just missed the paint on the outer edge. Ball 2, 2-2. Two count. Brings it, swing, hit off the glove of Riley, goes flying in the air, and it's going to be an infield single. Hard hit ball. It ricocheted off the glove of Riley. And the runners will be safe. Popped off his heel, had some top spin, and it really took off. First pitch on the way to Julian is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. The ball popped up so high it knocked the 3D off. 1-0, kicks and fires. 96 on the outer edge. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch misses outside wide, 2-1. The 2-1. De Los Santos kicks and brings it. Swing, chops it. over towards Riley. Riley's got this one, fires it across over to Olsen, and it's a 5-3 putout to end the inning. So no damage done there. Good job by De Los Santos. He's been a heck of a find. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
We are going to be translating today from some Gen Z slang to some millennial slang. We're going to start off strong, and that is Riz. Boy got Riz. You know what we said as millennials? Boy got swag, right? Like Riz equals swag. You're welcome. It came from charisma. Makes a lot more sense when you realize that. They say it's giving. You know what we said? I can't even. Same thing as it's giving. They say less. Honestly, millennials, let's be real. We said say no more. Gen Z says cringe. We said ratchet. That's all I have for today. But if you have any more terms that you need translated into millennial, just let me know so you don't sound like a boomer.
Art. I'll bet you doodlings could be considered art by some people.
That's because my drawings are art.
You're not an artist, dude. You're drawing with chalk.
No, I'm drawing with marker and like pen and stuff. I'm just eating the chalk.
Don't eat chalk.
Well, it settles my stomach. My stomach's a little...
If your stomach hurts, eat a Tums.
What's the difference?
What is chalk?
Well, I'm not wasting Tums. Tums is very good to draw with.
This maniac is an artist?
This has been a series that fans are going to be talking about for the ages.
That was just one that hurt because, I feel like we had a good team. We'd fought for so much, and it's just like the crash.
An incredible series comes to a breathtaking end.
There was a strange dichotomy in the clubhouse after that game. Buck Showalter in his office, after he talked to some reporters, like if you walk by the door, he was crying. Jack McDowell and David Cohn were crying. Mattingly, I remember sitting there and dealing with wave after wave of reporters, and of course, he wanted to win. But there was a little bit of exhilaration that he had finally gotten there. He always wanted to know, can I perform in this forum? And as much as winning was the most important thing, I think there was this self-pride. I didn't go out on my shield. I went out still being able to play at a decently high level. It felt like that in retrospect a little bit.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Nick Allen will lead us off. High chopper over the mound. He's busting it down the line, but it's going to be a 4-3 putout to start the bottom of the sixth. Braves lead it 6-1. Grant Holmes, once again, 5 2/3 innings. 1 earned run, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, 4 hits. So he gave up 8 base runners. Because to me, a hit and a walk is about the same thing. The first pitch on the way is change up, down and away. It's more no. The walk is worse because you gave it away free. They didn't have to earn it via the hit. The 1-0 pops it up high in the sky. Kelnick will be down on a who wants it. Looks like Correa's going to call everybody off in shallow right field. 2 down. 2 down. Louis Varlin now pitching for your Braves. He'll face Verdugo. Pitch on the way. Right there. First strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-lefty matchup. Down and away, 1-0. Their 3D is messing up again, if you're wondering. It's not synced up. We tried restarting it, but no dice. The 1-1 swung on, chopped it over towards the mound. It's going to be a tag out by Varlin. That'll end the inning. So, 1-2-3, the Braves go down. We've got to face the heart of the Minnesota Twins order when we return. Is it De Los Santos or somebody else?
What the hell is that? What? You told me to put on an old costume. Not from when you were 8.
Mom, you cannot have a problem with this. I'm Mother Teresa.
Are you kidding me?
What? I'm her back when she was hot.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 7. It's a 10-yard penalty. I'm talking to America here. Excuse me. Penalty and a loss of down. 2nd down.
When people find out your job,
What annoying thing they always say. Let me hold something, big money. Oh, he got it. He ain't even got to worry about that. You can get me on. But how they hire you? They pay good over there? How they do their drug tests over there? Y'all work in the air conditioner? Hey, how long it took you to go to school for that? I apply, I can put you down for a reference? Or they ain't gonna hire nobody like me. I can keep going, but that's just some of the questions that I get asked. What y'all get asked?
Carlos Beltran emerged as a young star for the Kansas City Royals, winning the 1999 Rookie of the Year award.
Boy, he is really something.
A switch hitter, he could run, throw, he could do it all. 5-tool guy.
Carlos Beltran scorches this pitch. That was as pure a left-handed swing as you will see.
In 2004, he was traded to the Astros in time for their playoff push.
It's gone! It's gone! It's gone! Oh, man, this guy is something.
Beltran would go on to have an historic postseason in 2004, hitting 8 home runs for the Astros.
You sit up here almost speechless. I mean, this kid on a national stage is showing everybody.
His playoff success in 04 launched him to a 7-year deal with the Mets.
God, he's done it again. Both sides of the plate today, homering for the switch hitter Carlos Beltran.
41 home runs playing Gold Glove center field, could do it all.
Talk about one of the best switch hitters that the game has ever seen.
Home run number 400 for Carlos Beltran.
You talk about talent. What a talent, Carlos Beltran.
Delay of game, defense number 55. We're making a move that's not necessarily like football.
Welcome back. Righty-righty matchup. De Los Santos is back out there. First pitch on the way is a slider down and away. That's what happened. So Mark Bowman of MLB, and he's the guy that is primarily the Braves beat writer. A couple other guys do it, but they're not always there. Bowman's usually always there. He's the 1-0, down and away 2-0. He quote tweeted someone talking about the clip that I mentioned in the pregame show where we played the clip where Snit didn't know what the hell was going on with Kelenic not running out that play. Is the 2-0s right there. It's 2-1. 2-1 to Buxton, heart of the order. The 2-1 pitch, swing belted, deep, and she gone. That ball was hammered. I'm telling you, that Byron Buxton is red hot. We got to get the Twins the heck out of here before we have to see him too many more times. De Los Santos really wasn't that bad of a pitch. It was on the outer edge of the plate, but he hooked it around and slammed it. He is seeing the ball well. Actually, I take that back. It was middle out. It wasn't quite in the center of the plate, but not a pitch that everybody's going to take out of the yard. But anyways, Bowman was quote tweeting a guy asking about the Kelenic not running it out as the first pitch outside wide. It's 1-0. And he said he protected Kelenic by replying, quote, "What was I supposed to?" Meaning, was I supposed to say something? And Bowman missed the boat on that. I'm sorry, but the 1-0 chops it over to third, fires it across the diamond, 5-3 put out on the way. And he can try to color code it all he wants, or maybe he's just that naive to think that Snitker was protecting Kelenic. You can tell by the response, he didn't know what he was talking about. He didn't know that he didn't run the play out. He didn't have a clue. He was asleep at the wheel. It's weekend at Bernie's over there in the dugout. So while this is going on, as the 87-mile-an-hour slider slaps the outer edge to Larnach, it's 0-1. Ronald Acuna Jr., his ex account, he replied to it and said, "If it were me, they would take me out of the game." The 0-1 swung on, hit hard on the ground, over to short. Allen's got it. He'll flip it over to first. And it's 6-3 put out, 2 down. So that's what the controversy is going on. But once again, Bowman does not know that Snitker literally didn't know what the reporter was talking about when he was asked the question. He thinks he was protecting him. He wasn't protecting him. He just had his head in the sand. First pitch on the way is a check swing. Foul back behind home plate, four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. But that just goes to show you, and I've always liked Bowman, so I'm not trying to pick on him, but that just goes to show you what the Braves media is about. First of all, you don't have many of them that are writers that are covering it, and the ones that do cover it with kid gloves. You pull that number in any other market, and I'm telling you, there's going to be a writer that stands up and goes, "Oh, horse crap. You didn't know what was going on. If you didn't know what's going on, then you're a problem." The 0-1 is a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. They put 1-1 on the board, but it should be. That's an 0-2. I'm not sure what in the world's going on here. They've put 1-1 on the board, but that was a check swing foul, the first one. 1-1 count to Correa. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So I guess they didn't give that credit for a check swing, but it hit his bat as it went by. Too late to challenge that. I think they thought it just hit the glove, but it hit the bat and then the glove because they were showing it on the Minnesota feed. So a 1-2 count. Should be out of the inning, but De Los Santos comes set, brings it. Caught looking, strike three. Might have been a low count, but that also might be a makeup for the fact that he blew the last call. We'll be back in a flash. It is time to get up and stretch, Braves country. We've got a lead in the 7th, looking for a sweep.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the
State 1903 on opening day at Huntington Avenue Baseball Grounds. The Americans defeat the Athletics in the morning game of a Patriots Day twin bill. In front of 27,658 spectators, Connie Mack's Athletics split the twin bill, winning the matinee matchup 10-7, featuring two Hall of Fame hurlers, Eddie Plank and Cy Young. On this date in 1978, San Diego Padres rookie Ozzie Smith, a future Hall of Famer, makes what he will rate as his best defensive play ever when he dives to his left to field a grounder hit by Jeff Burroughs of Atlanta. Although the ball takes a bad hop, scooting behind his head, the Wizard sticks out his bare right hand, snagging the ball before popping up and throwing it to first. And on this date, in 1982, the Atlanta Braves record their 12th consecutive win, a 4-2 decision over the Reds, to establish a modern Major League record for the most victories from the beginning of the season, a previous mark which had been set a year earlier by the Oakland A's. The New York Giants, in 1884, also won 12 games in a row to establish the record. The Braves would go on to win their 13th in a row the very next day, as their 13 wins came against 2 from the Padres, 6 from the Astros, and 5 against the Cincinnati Reds. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley. He's high and inside. For a ball, it's 1-0. Duran, the pitcher, four-seam fastball, right down the pipe. Riley goes down and gets it and swats it to center field, making the run. Running catch is is Buxton. One away. Yohan Duran, he is their closer, but they're bringing him on here to get some work in, as he has not pitched the last couple of nights. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is a knuckle curve out of the zone. 1-0. You might be asking, why is he coming on in the 7th and not? Well, I think it's more the fact that they're facing the heart of the order right here. The 1-0 inside, 2-0. I guess in theory, if he has a very quick inning, he could pitch the 8th as well, but it's probably more to do with the fact that they want him to face the heart of the order to shut them down. The 2-0 swing, hit hard on the ground, backhanded by Correa. He'll have plenty of time with Ozuna running down the line. Dribbles a throw over there that bounces a few times. It's going to be a 6-3 in your scorecard. 2 away. Marlins are hanging in there. It is 4-2 Philly. They're in the 7th. The White Sox have come back on the Red Sox bullpen. They lead at 5-4. Red Sox, Tanner Houck had gone in and pitched a very good game. He had 6 innings, a 2-run ball, and the Red Sox pen has fallen apart. 1-2, or 1-0, excuse me, 1 for 2. Swing and a miss, knuckle curve, down and in, 1-1. 2-run home run and a hit by pitch. So Olson's been on base twice today. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 101 miles an hour. He can bring it. 1-2. We go into this series, that was the first thing that jumped out at me, was that we needed to stay away from a Minnesota lead late in games because Duran's one of the best in the business. And the Braves have been able to fight that off as the 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Had the Braves not come back and made the rally in the 8th inning on Friday night's game, this is who would have been closing the game. The Braves came storming back and scored 5 runs, trailing 4-1 in the 8th inning. The 2-2, chops and foul, will do it again. That's why it was key for the Braves to get the lead last night and today so they can keep him out of a high leverage situation. Still don't love seeing Duran, but you'd rather see him when you lead by 4. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 100 miles an hour down the pipe. That'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Braves lead it 6-2. We go to the 8th.
My favorite kind of friends are the ones that will text you, guess what I just did? And you have to wonder if they just went on a shopping spree or committed a felony.
Are Irishmen romantic? No. These are vicious rumours being spread by Hollywood to put work on the common Irish man. We don't want to have to live up to Paul Mescal going around saying poems with his nice body. You won't find any of that in this country. He doesn't even understand what he's saying. He's just reading it for money, which I've got nothing but respect for. We are not the French. Thank God. I've been to France. They don't even want to eat themselves. I'll give you an example of an Irishman. Last year, a friend of mine bought his girlfriend a lovely Valentine's Day card, and in the middle of the Valentine's card it said in a beautiful font, Happy Valentine's Day. So he didn't write anything else in the card. He felt that was everything that needed to be said. If an Irishman really loves you, he's just going to start asking if you're hungry because he wants to get a dinner into you. I don't care about if people are hungry unless I'm in love with them. I mean, I don't want them to starve.
In order to make our top 9, you had to have played at least 1,000 games at second base. That would be the only reason you won't see the great Jackie Robinson in this show. So let's find out who did make this most exclusive club, starting with number 9. Before Bobby Grich became a full-time power-hitting second baseman,
That ball is gone!
he plied his craft at a different position.
Bobby was a shortstop originally, and we had to make room for him on the team.
He thought so much of Grich that they were able to send Davy Johnson, their second baseman, to the Atlanta Braves, and Grich really thrived.
There's a long drive, left field, way back, it's gone! The ball game is over.
Bobby did things that winners do. He was a terrific second baseman. He was fearless, and the most intense player, or at least one of the most intense players that I ever played with.
Major League Baseball, outfield Mount Rushmore. 3 greatest outfielders of all time. Who's your pick?
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Pierce Johnson is right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 brings it. Curveball just misses outside. Down and away, 1-1. Brian Jeffers, the batter. You'll have Jeffers, Keyshaw, and Lee due up. The 6, 7, 8 batters. 1-1. Curveball misses, 2-1. Which means we will have to face Buxton at least one more time. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing, fouls it away, 2-2. Yeah, Tree, he was struggling at that point. Duran pitching very well this year, as you can see. He was famously struggling at the point when we went and saw him last year, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, good pitch, 1 away. Still doesn't change the fact that he's one of the best closers in the game. 1 down. Cincinnati all over Baltimore, 12-1. Charlie Morton is getting annihilated. To see what he did today, but he has had a terrible year. I remember Braves fans wanting the Braves to re-sign him, and he signed for $15 million. Like, that's not that much, and he is getting murdered. First pitch to Keyshaw is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Charlie Morton, his line today. Listen to this. 2 1/3 innings. He started today. He's the 1-0. Just grabs the top of the zone. 1-1. 2 1/3 innings. 7 hits. 7 earned runs. A home run allowed. 4 walks. And 2 strikeouts. And knowing him, if he was that wild, he probably had a couple of hit-by pitches too. 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. I made the joke, but it's probably going to become true that Baltimore would DFA him by mid-season. The Braves would just pick him up then. The 2-1 pitch, swing, lifted into center field, high but not very deep. Coming in, making the catch, 2 away. Man, Charlie Morton. If they DFA him, the Braves should go out there and scoop him up, let him go be the long man in the bullpen. Him and Jesse Chavez, bring him back up, and they could probably have some pretty interesting poker games out there. The first pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball. Swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-lefty. PJ lifts his red glove, stares in to Baldwin, the pitch. Swing and a miss, 94, 0-2. I still think when you talk about the trade deadline, if the Braves are in it, that bullpen's going to be a priority. And the one thing that they do have this year that they didn't have in years past is they do have some financial wiggle room to go and get somebody. In years past, the guys they've added other than Iglesias is the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. More on that when we come back. The Braves, 1, 2, 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th, the middle of the order, due up for the Bravos.
He died of natural causes.
You pushed him off the roof.
Yeah, gravity.
Okay, well, you clearly don't care, so why don't you just leave?
I would like to stay. This pertains to me.
I would like you to leave. Why don't you go outside and take a shot of insulin and have a nap, okay?
Why do you always assume I have diabetes?
You have a glass of apple juice and tell me that you don't have diabetes, okay? All right. See? Just the noise you made when you stood up. I could do
Ryan D. Sandberg, a sure-handed second baseman with power and speed, earned 9 Gold Gloves, elected to 10 All-Star teams, and named the National League MVP in 1984.
And what a year it was for Sandberg in 1984. MVP and a bevy of offensive stats that spoke to his all-around game.
It was just one of those years where I just felt real comfortable and aggressive at the plate, and I got pitches to hit and I didn't miss them.
Every day he showed up and did something to help his team win. He may get 2 singles and then steal 2 bases and put himself into scoring position. I don't ever recall seeing him have a bad game.
He was as well-rounded player as I've seen.
There's probably a 3-4 year section of the 80s where if he wasn't the best player in the game, he was certainly in the top 5.
Sandberg had his most powerful season in 1990 when he hit 40 home runs, a feat that's been accomplished by only 2 other second basemen, Davey Johnson and Rogers Hornsby.
There's a drive, way back. It might be number 40 and his 100th run batted in this year.
You would certainly love to have Ryan Sandberg on your team for 10 years.
Listen to the crowd, and he takes his bow.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Danny Colombe, the left-hander coming on. We saw him the other night. First pitch on the way, swung on and popped up by Ozzie. First pitch swinging, and it'll be a can of corn in the middle of the diamond on the infield grass. Making the catch is Correa for an easy out, number 1. I don't know if Tim Hires is ever going to be able to get some of these guys to learn how to work the count and not just go in there trying to ambush every pitcher the first time they see him. It probably has to start from the top. Man, would that make a big difference. First pitch to Harris is a sweeper that almost gets him on the arm. It's 1-0. The game was a little closer. I'd say, Michael, stick your chicken wing out there, man, and get that little 70-mile-an-hour pitch to hit you on the arm. The 1-0. Cutter at the knees. 1. Colombe has not allowed an earned run this year. You know, if he ends up in Braves country, we're going to have some Colombo clips coming out of the woodworks. 1-1. Outside wide. 2-1. This is where my brain goes when we're doing games against the opponents. I look at the different players that come up and think, what nickname would I give this person? 2-1 count. Pitch, swing, pops it up off the end of the bat. For a long high, soft fly ball for out number 2. Making the catches Bader over there and left. He's another one that was being rumored to be traded to the Braves over the last several years. Good solid outfielder. Usually he's getting paid around league minimum. First pitch on the way to Baldwin is swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. Just the way financials of baseball work, you can't have an entire team loaded with all-stars. You're always going to have to try to find the Alex Verdugos of the world out there to try to make your team work. St. Louis is tied up with the Mets. It's 3-3, but the Mets are threatening in the 7th. The 0-1 misses high, 1. At least maybe the Cardinals will try to wear out their bullpen. Looks like Phil Matone pitches for the Cardinals now. He's bounced everywhere. Remember, he was with the Astros for a long time. The 1-1 pitch swung on, chopped over towards second. They had him played to pull quite a bit, so a long run by the second baseman, Julian. He'll make the play, and that'll end the inning. Well, we will go down 1-2-3 once again, but we go to the 9th. See who's going back out there to try to slam the door. It's not really eyeglasses time. This should be interesting.
No. You're not getting a house horse. No. You wearing clothes from a pile right now. You're not getting a house horse. You're not getting a house horse. Get it up out of here. Let's go.
What is something you thought was fancy growing up that is not fancy?
Cappuccino from General Foods International Coffees.
Delicious. Like that time in Italy when we met.
Yeah, you wanted to come over to my table.
I just wanted your cappuccino.
Well, you got it.
Alomar, no! He gets it! Throws him out! What a play by Alomar!
There was such thing as a 6'2 player. Robbie Alomar would be that player because you added instincts to the 5'2 abilities that he had.
He made a play, and you'll say, wow, never seen that before. But then you come the next day, and that is nothing. You should see the other one.
Range up the middle, range in the hole. There wasn't a throw or a play that he could make. He could leave his feet, get up, throw on a dime.
I was in right field, and he played second base. Well, he played second base. He played shortstop. He played right field. I had like a 10-foot area where I just kept my ground right there, and I let Robbie in front of me take care of everything.
It's no surprise that Alomar ended up with double-digit Gold Glove awards, but there was so much more to his game.
He's the master with bat. I mean, he could bunt, could hit and run, he could hit for power.
Grand slam, home run! He could hit behind the runner. He could hit in front of the runner. He could drive the ball in the gap.
Roberto hit 300 or better in 8 full seasons, tied for 5th most at his position. One of just 3 second basemen ever with 400 steals and 200 home runs.
Tip your cap to Robbie Alomar.
Who's the first player that comes to mind when you think of an unusual or eccentric batting stance?
Welcome back. Looks like Pierce Johnson's going to try to get a 2-out save, or a 2-inning save. Glacius is warming up. Seems kind of pointless if you're going to do that. The 0-1 misses outside, 1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires, swing. Hits it high, deep down the first base side. Making the running catch is Olsen. Over the shoulder grab, basket catch. Nifty play by number 28. 1 away. Why even get Iglesias up and have him throw if you're trying to avoid using him? If there's trouble, sure, get him up. He can normally get warm very quickly. First pitch on the way to Julian is right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. This team doesn't just need to win today's game, man. They need to go on a run. You need to try to figure out. He just does not manage the bullpen very well. The 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. That man Byron Buxton does stand on deck. 1-1, just grabs the outer edge, 1-2. Julian doesn't like it, but that could be a 4-run lead in the ninth on getaway day on a Sunday for home plate umpire Charlie Ramos. Schwellenbach and Strider are your next two starters, Monday and Tuesday. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. 2-2 count. OKC ran away with the first NBA game of the day today. The Celtics lead the Orlando Magic 16-12 in the first quarter. The 2-2 swung on, chops it over towards Riley, who's playing basically shortstop. He'll fire it across the diamond. He's over there by his lonesome. Good play by Riley, 2 down. So down to the last out. It is Byron Buxton, but this is the best time you want to face Byron Buxton. He had a home run his last time up. He's 2 for 4, but trailing by 4 with 2 outs in the ninth, that's the perfect time to face this man. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He came out of his shoes on that one. Woo, doggy. 0-1. Surprised that bat didn't fly out of his hand. The 0-1. Mets have taken a 4-3 lead over St. Louis, by the way. The 0-1. Fastball misses high. Oh, you'd love to see the Cardinals get back in that game and at least push it to where the Cardinals have to use their closer, Helsley. He is a heck of a closer as well. 1-1 count. Cutter misses wide, 2-1. Buxton homered in the 7th, 434-foot blast. He's also doubled and has 2 strikeouts. The 2-1, curveball, chopped foul, 2-2. So the Twins are down to their last strike. Atlanta Braves trying to get the first sweep of the year, trying to improve to what would be 8-13, just 5 under 500. The 2-2, swung on, chopped in front of the mound. It'll go back to PJ. PJ will flip it to Olsen, and he will step on the pillow, and that'll end the game. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. Atlanta Braves get a big W. Big W. And we will go ahead and give out the game ball. You could go a variety of different ways on this one. You got Ozuna, who hit the home run. You got Matt Olson. And you got Daniel Baldwin. I don't think we've given a game ball to Daniel Baldwin, so we'll just do it for that sake. He had a 2-run home run just like Olson. Those would be the main 2. Grant Holmes pitched a pretty darn good ball game. He struggled with command, but fought his way through and got a W, and that's not nothing. Braves win it 6-2. Grant Holmes gets his first win of the year. Joe Ryan will fall to 1-2, and that'll do it for us. We will see you tomorrow night, 7:15 first pitch. As your Atlanta Braves will welcome in the St. Louis Cardinals. That game is in the 8th if y'all want to flip over there and keep an eye on that. Those of y'all with the MLB app. All right, y'all have a great night, Braves country, and happy Easter. What a happy Easter indeed. We get the sweep here on Braves country.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back